it was very where I was like, yeah, I'm out. Like 4 tricks and I was done.
In the winter time, and it was almost too hot for me. That's a little more so, not the same as what we experience in Iowa.
Because I've already
Yeah, it
like
seems
3
different.
shades,
Even the
3
lighting
shades
is
darker, and I try to stay inside.
Yeah.
I'm ready when you are. Cat, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Boss. This will be what my first. This will be my first game in like fucking
months.
Yeah, well, definitely months. I'm trying to think of how many months. At least 2 months, probably.
I bet we played at the early May. I bet we played early May.
But usually, I have noticed when we take a break and then we come back, our first couple games are usually okay. Like, we'll get back to where we need to be.
I was doing awful. I might be doing awful. I might have to cut the stream. We'll see.
No, we're keeping the stream going no matter what. I'm predicting, give it like 3 matches and we'll be having some gnarly conversations. Or something. I'm at like a... When I texted you saying that I felt like I accidentally got myself drunk, like I was at like a 3 or 4 at that point. So like
Damn.
I'm like, yeah, day drinking's different.
Day drinking's fun.
Damn it.
Oh, I actually like that better. You should get some Apex Legends. Play with me and Jared. Oh!
Why? So we can play 1 game a month and I have to have that on my hard drive the whole time?
I mean...
Like with Warzone?
That's up to you how many games you play.
Oh, I'm not gonna play it by myself. Those kind of games I'm just gonna play with the boys. Like Warzone, I literally just got it so I can play with you guys. Like I'm not gonna...
That's the only reason I got it. I never play it by myself.
It's not that kind of game. Like it's not for that, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like.
There you go, think it.
That's in.
That's a play.
Hey.
That's a play.
I feel good. I'm feeling confident about our game today. I'm feeling it. I thought I was going to be a little rusty, but we just scored in less than a minute, so
yeah.
Well, a little bit more than a minute. I think there was an update too, not too long ago, like not even a week ago. I think there was.
Ooh, son. I'm trying to fight this lag, and I'm actually working it pretty well, just based off of anticipation.
Well, you could be like Jared when we started playing that hunt game or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had, I can't remember what setting. The way the game starts, it has the setting turned on, and it puts like this ridiculous amount of input lag on your. None of the controls work properly, and then I told him about, like, we were playing one day, and I was like, wait a minute. And I clicked the thing, and instantly my game got better. And he was like, wait, I've been playing that way the whole time. And obviously, it made it a little bit better.
Damn. Lag is something else. I wonder if I'm still downloading Apex.
That shouldn't do anything to your like,
into that, I wouldn't think. Maybe a little bit, I guess. I had Apex for a while, because, like, there was a few people at Cardella's, like, I was friends with some of the people. They were like, yeah, get Apex, we'll play it a little bit. And literally, nobody ever played it, and I'm just kind of at the point where it's like, I don't even like Battle Royale games, and if I'm going to play one, I'd rather play the best one, in my opinion, which is... Well,
I just started with the Apex Legends. I still think Warzone is better, so far, but got some interesting things going on with Apex.
Yeah. Well,
Then
it's like
what am I gonna do if Jared just says no? I'm done playing Warzone. I'm gonna play Apex. No longer play video games.
He's out.
Yeah.
He's out.
He's out of
Then
sniffers.
it's just then we become the boys.
Right.
Just one less boy is all that is.
Well, 2/3 of the boys work too damn much.
Yeah. I just set my schedule up a little weird. Like, I set myself up for almost second shift is basically what I work. And I've always called that the band killer. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, it works in almost any situation, but that's pretty much what it is. Like, you can't really do much, like, of life on second shift. But, I mean, I could. The main problem is I talked myself into buying season 3 and 4 of Jersey Shore. So we've been watching that. That's why we don't play any games.
Right.
So you know.
The boys is Jersey
Then after
Shore
that,
boys.
we gotta finish fucking Walking Dead because I've been paying for AMC this whole time and didn't realize it. And so I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to finish Walking Dead.
Yeah, boy. That was a horrible aftermath, but whatever.
Yeah. What? The lag made me hit it. I'll take it. Served. Could have called that out a little earlier, but
I went way for boost, but I might be able to get that. Oh.
it's still ours. It's still ours. I got it. A little serve action going. There you go.
Alright. See if we can bring it back. Make up for all the lost serves. No!
They can't score again. If they score again, we're done.
Oh, yeah. For sure. I just feel like the game is going so slow.
One more score. Come on. Oh,
I tried to pop it up.
That wasn't a bad
good
warm
starter.
up, though. I'm still confident.
That was a good starter. Not bad.
So have you made a decision on whether you're coming up for Rockfest or not?
No.
Or not Fest? It'd be super cool if you did. And you can meet my brother.
I really want to.
And you can
it
meet
just all depends
maybe
on
my
work.
sister and her boyfriend. I'm pretty sure her boyfriend's coming. I don't know if she is, though. Seems like a cool dude. He's the first sister's boyfriend that she's had that actually communicated with people at family gatherings, so.
Nice. Don't you like that?
Yeah, so. It's a plus. I didn't know how awkward it was until somebody wasn't awkward, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I didn't know that it was a big deal until somebody wasn't awkward, and it's like, wait a minute. Like, you're supposed to be, like, quiet and not talk at all. Sit in the corner and just kind of chuckle at people's jokes every once in a while.
Good serve, good serve.
Ooh. Open goal. Damn. Super anxious to get the Wasteland stream going again. I'll say that for sure. That's what I was gonna do today. Before I had plans and then canceled those plans, I was gonna try to figure out how to stream from the PC to the Mac without a capture card, possibly. That would
Right.
be super cool. I can't really spend any more type of thing.
I feel that. Did you get your taxes back for your unemployment?
No, I haven't yet. I thought I got them all back at the one time, but I mean, when you said that there was the extra thing, I was like, well, maybe I didn't get like a chunk of it, because
Did you file your tax? When did you file your taxes?
ASAP. Like as soon as I get my W-2s, I put that shit in. Like I don't play around.
So you did it before Biden was elected and everything?
No.
So
Well, I mean, not before January. No. I would have done my taxes like early.
Okay.
By the time I got all my W-2s, it was beginning of March.
Then I think you might have actually just did it after the fact to where you just got it originally rather than have to go back and give it to you. Because I got my taxes done, filed and back before they even passed the bill saying that we didn't have to pay for that.
Huh.
So if you filed after the fact, you would have got it back, but just ahead of time.
I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. Because that's one of those things. That's like one of those parts of the year that sort of blends together. It's like I never know if the story I'm telling is Christmas 2012 or Christmas 2013. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I feel you.
all kind of the same memory at the end of the day.
At the end of the year. Oh, I was hoping for a pinch there.
Shit, that didn't work out how I wanted it to at all.
Oh.
The exact opposite of what I wanted to happen.
He's like, oh, you're passing it to me? Well, I'm going to take advantage of that shit.
I got
to hit him with a nice shot there. I like to turn off the living room light. Ugh. I need to get a love seat so bad, dude. My neck hurts from sitting in this chair and having to, like,
well, do you have any seating besides your bed and...
I got my office chair and the new GT racing chair. What the fuck? What's the new GT racing chair? Yeah, like one of those fancy gaming chairs. Did you not see it in the group chat?
Was that what that was?
Yeah, it's got speakers built in and everything.
I wish I still had a picture of my... I made a gaming chair when I still lived with my mom. I had this old, like... It was like a 60s, like... Not a lazy boy, like, or nothing, but one of those nice chairs, like a velour chair. And I had these random surround sound speakers that were no good, but I had like 6 of them bitches. And I just took the stands and like some nails and screwed them all into the chair. And then I had this gaming chair system figured out. Always nice.
Nice. I could have swore I did something there, but apparently not.
GT in first person was always the funnest shit in that mode.
Dude, that was a good one.
Doing like backflips and shit, like with the
first person, yeah.
There we go.
I want a game like that.
One. I don't think they've come out with an MX game.
I've looked, yeah. Not a free roam, like open world, yeah. I want
not for at least a
MX
year.
versus ATV Unleashed. That's what I want.
Like 3 or whatever, whichever one they're on.
Yeah.
Those games were fun as hell. That was one of my first demo experiences. Was MX vs ATV Unleashed, the first one. I had that shit on a demo game, and that was like all I played. That used to be my shit when I was a little kid. I would always get the demo discs out of like
right.
The Game Informer and shit. I don't remember what magazine gave out the discs, but whichever one. That was my games. I was on PS1 and shit.
There you go.
I've still got
oh man, that was
PS1
close.
demo like 2002 at my grandma's house. It's got like the first SSX Tricky and like Parappa Rappa.
That was a good one.
And, like, just the like all the classic games were on this demo. It was dope.
Yeah, I just remember I used to take that MX vs ATV, and then all I did was I took off all the other songs and I just on repeat listened to "Wait and Bleed" by Slipknot.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was my first experience with Slipknot as well. Was those games.
Yeah, same.
Off-Road Fury, that was the one that had it had "Wait and Bleed" and "Duality" on it.
Yeah, that was it. That was my first Slipknot experience as well. That's exciting.
My first real one, because all the kids in school had the shirts. And I was like, "Oh, those shirts are cool," but I didn't have any clue what it sounded like until I played that game, and it was like, "Damn." Here I am thinking Metallica was the heaviest band to ever exist.
Right.
That's all subjective.
Beautiful pitch. Oh shit.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Are they gonna do us like that?
Okay, okay.
Damn.
Alright, third one's a dub. Coming right up.
Yeah, this is the dub. Oh yeah, I gotta press this button.
Boss man.
You got Prime?
Yep.
You should watch Comic Book Men.
Comic book man.
Do you like Pawn Stores? I mean, in an ironic way. Like, do you enjoy Pawn Stars?
Yes.
Okay, so like, imagine. Well, I say ironically because everyone pretends that they like it ironically. When in reality, all men like are down to sit there and pretend they're haggling with the guy.
Right.
Like, let's be honest.
I'd give him
Like, I'm
5
sitting
for
there,
it.
like you could totally have gotten that for $20 cheaper, but you didn't even try. Like that kind of thing. Well, like Kevin Smith's, like his Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, the comic book store. But it's like a Pawn Stars-esque TV show based around it. It was from like 2011, like it's an older show, but if you're into Pawn Stars at all and you have Amazon Prime, sponsor me. You should totally like check that out. That's what I pretty much watch, like when she doesn't know what to watch and she's just on her phone and I don't want to watch anything that I care about necessarily, you know, like anything with a story to it. So I'll just pop on Comic Book Man. Like, yeah,
good
this
sir.
like satisfies all my needs.
Anything with it.
You can put that in. There you go. Hey, we're up.
Out of me.
Still waiting on that Truth Seekers Season 2. So, Simon Pegg, if you're listening to me, I'm gonna need that Season 2 on Prime soon. Because that shit ain't cool. It's been like a year.
Just FYI, do you watch Peacock?
I think I have Peacock still, but I don't ever watch it.
Peacock inherited everything Quibi. So, like, all the 10-minute shows are on there.
Yeah. Right
they got the action, the Kevin Hart, like Die Hart is what it's called, I think. And that's a pretty good one.
I don't think I ever actually watched any Quibi shows.
Yeah. They're not bad, that's what I'm saying. They're on there. You should check them out.
One of these days. We're like 3 shows or 4 shows behind right now. Like we have like a whole like agenda. You know. And especially like if we finish Jersey Shore, I imagine they're going to come out with a season 6 because I mean they weren't expecting a season 5. So we're probably going to be in that boat of like still watching that type of thing.
Is it ongoing? Are you ongoingly watching Jersey Shore? Or is it
right now we're catching up. We're 1 season behind. They just started season 5 and we're like at the beginning of season 4, which there's like 30 episodes a season. So
aren't they like 40 though? 50?
51 episodes a season?
No, like in age. They're old as fuck, Ryan, ain't they?
I mean, not really. I mean, they're not as old as like our parents, you know? They're like the generation below that.
Oh, true.
Like 1 generation above, like kind of where we are. But either way, it's still like half the cast is still so childish that it's entertaining as fuck to watch. Like these like 35, 40-year-old people, like not understanding how to do life, even though they have millions and millions of dollars and millions of people to influence.
I'm pretty sure Snooki was on like the Worst Cooks show. Good save.
She quit, actually. That's where we're at. She just quit the show. So I know she comes back, I think, in the next season or halfway through this season. But she is, at this point, she is not in. Right now they're doing the double cross. All the boys are doing the double cross on the girls because Angelina's wedding got fucked up by all the girls, and she's pissed. So we're on the one where they're trying to double book the girls, so because none of them want to be around each other. So they're like, well, we're just going to tell them all to come to this hotel and party with us, and then they're not going to know everyone's invited. So it's getting pretty intense.
I like how you're like all gawking out over this show, considering that I named the stream Stalkers Sour Hour.
What is it?
Stalkers Sour Hour with your list of sours.
Jesus Christ. And my YouTube was blasting shit.
Alright.
Wow. Yeah, let's skip this one.
Mistakes were made there.
I'm not that drunk. Like, I'm not that drunk.
So I'm for sure going to the casino tonight. I didn't go last.
You have those.
I didn't go last weekend because one, I already went out to the bar.
City? What's the nearest city to you?
Like metropolitan area?
Well, I don't want you to name your actual town, but I was just curious what the...
Tulsa. Tulsa's the biggest city. I mean, there's a couple like Keokuk.
That's the capital of Oklahoma, ain't it? Or is Oklahoma City?
Oklahoma City. I went there last weekend, Oklahoma City.
Have you gone down the handle of it?
No, that's like 4 hours. I'm gonna take a day though. I'm gonna go up there.
I'm curious if like what that experience. I know it's just, like it's land. It's just land, but I mean.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like, once I get my GoPro.
It's what, like an hour probably across the whole thing. Like if you wanted to drive across from one state through Oklahoma to the other, it would take you like an hour.
Oh, if I were going like from north to south over the handle?
Yeah.
Probably. Quickest way to hit 3 states, yeah.
That's strange.
There you go.
I heard the story of why it's like that, but I forgot the story, so... I'm sure it has something to do with gerrymandering or whatever, like... keeping certain districts in certain areas.
Yeah, probably.
But Oklahoma's not extremely populous, though, is it? Like...
No. I mean, it's... In the 2 cities, Oklahoma City, I think Oklahoma City has 1.2 million. And I want to say... Or no, take that back and go to 700,000. And then Tulsa has about 400. Alright.
Hello? You gonna call me and tell me 1 second?
Yes, sir.
I scored. I'm doing okay. I had a couple of beers and a couple of shots. And I'm playing Rocket League with John. What you doing? Are you on lunch? That's fast. What time is it?
4. I got it. Oh.
Gotcha. How's it going though? Is it hot? Do they got you working in the back or whatever? Well, you don't, I mean, you don't have to. I'm not gonna be like drinking all day. I just drink a little bit to get a little buzz going. Okay. Okay. Alright. Bye, love you too. Whoa, my phone went crazy.
No need. I'll take care of this.
Oh shit, I didn't even realize what the score was of this game.
Dude, I've been fucking shit up since you've been on the phone. You scored that second one, and then I just scored 2 more, and like... These dudes are mad. There you go, serve that.
Like I mentioned, I didn't plan on drinking today or anything. And,
these guys are pissed.
I would be too, though. It's only 1:40 in. But I didn't plan on drinking today, and she called or whatever, and I was like, yeah, by the way, I got a little drunk. And she's like, well, I'll ask one of the girls for a ride home. And I was like, you don't have to do that, I'll be fine. And she's like, nah, like, I'll just ask for a ride home. You go ahead and get wasted. I was like, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm not gonna get wasted though. This is the peak. This is the peak of my drunk. The rest is gonna be maintaining until I need a nap, and then I'm good.
If I get wasted, I gotta like either go out with someone else and have them drive, or do it here, because I'm probably like 30 minutes away from the nearest bar.
Ew.
There's one right on the outside of town, like 10 minutes, but it's like, say, Papa's maybe?
Yeah, like CD,
or
like
something smaller.
Like everyone who goes there is a regular. Like,
yeah. Oh, I should have had that.
One of these days we're gonna have to take you to Mojo's, because Mojo's is fun. It's like way better than any bar experience I had back home. That's for sure.
Well, if for some odd reason I can get a round trip flight from here to Des Moines for $99.
From there to Des Moines for 99, I bet you can get cheaper than that.
Round
trip?
trip?
Ain't that far, is it?
Well, it's just anywhere I see is always like $300 for a fucking round trip ticket.
With those, it's about timing, like seasonal, you know.
Oh my God! Think that shit.
She went to Texas once, and I think round trip it was like $120, and that's like a 12-hour drive. So I don't know how far you are, but I know we go near there when we went to Texas, so it should be theoretically closer. I think the best part of that trip, at least for the the videography part where I made my little thing,
was I remember.
I cut the audio out of it, but I thought that this building that had all this like indigenous peoples stuff all over it, I thought it was a casino because it really looked like a casino. And I was just like, the whole time I was filming, I was like, oh yeah, look what we got, just what we need, another casino. And then like, when I went back and watched the video, because I wasn't paying any attention, I guess, when I was filming. But when I went back and watched it, I realized it was a car dealership. And I was like, oh, I was wrong. I was the one being the dick there. But it's kind of not my fault. That it had, how many car dealerships you know what's got teepees and gold all over it, is all I'm saying.
Right. Dude, I saw a dentistry that looked like it was built to look like an old-fashioned, like, rail car. Like, I don't understand.
Like a door-to-door dentist guy?
Yeah. No, it's a full-on, like, Western-looking building with this whole crazy shit with it. Dude can't stop me.
It's always nice. That's kind of like the fun thing with like when I've gone to like southern Missouri, you'll see a lot of that kind of stuff. They got like this like spaghetti western feel going on. Like everywhere you go, there's a saloon, not a bar. There's a saloon.
Right.
And like everyone is like super into that stuff. Which, I mean, Branson is like the second country capital of the world, though, is from what I've been led to believe. It's like Nashville and then Branson.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Kind of makes sense.
Fucking idiot.
Oh, didn't hit that right.
Alright, now it wants to lag out. What the fuck? Serving. Oh damn, come on, sink it for us, guys. You know what to do.
Ah, wrong flip. No, I don't want to type. Damn it. Oh, you guy.
Alright, this is getting out of our goal for once and for all. I got it. Shit. That was weird. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Open goal!
Almost got it.
This is a game of all defense. Just a bunch of stupid defense.
Eek. I should have went back.
That's alright, I was not expecting to pull that out my ass the way it worked. Oh my gosh, stupidity. What the fuck? I literally went through the ball.
You got that kind of internet. Or you could play Rocket League in ghost mode.
Yeah, I get to follow my own trail. We lost to all of Honduras.
The entirety. The whole country just beat us. Like, I don't know how to feel.
Yeah,
I
look
want
at
to
that.
be like good for
68.
them, but...
Right.
Oh, I saw Starlink the other night.
Did you?
Yeah. Have you ever seen it?
I don't remember if I have. Because there was that first wave and then the second wave. I don't remember if I caught it. I think I just missed it.
The first one we wouldn't have seen when it happened because just our location, we wouldn't have been able to see it. But the second one was literally right above my backyard. It was
Nice.
dope. We were just outside chilling, and I looked up for a second. I was like, what the hell is that? And then I saw a second one, and then a third one. It's like they were popping out of a... It's like, imagine the right side of the horizon is like stage, like stage right. And
Right.
then the other, and they just pop out like they didn't exist, and they just pop into existence. And then when they're all there, like, it's pretty awe-inspiring. But the funny thing about it is that you can see some mistakes that were made, like some of the chains aren't perfectly, or whatever holds them together isn't perfectly the right length, so some of them get like yanked. You can see them like get yanked. It's crazy. Space is nuts.
I didn't realize they were physically linked. I thought they were all just like GPS stuck together.
No, I think they're linked. I think they're actually. I mean, whatever it is, it looks like they were getting yanked, I mean, I guess I don't know the full story of them, but there'd be like, because you would see the first one would go, and the second one would be following at the same speed, and then the next one, and the next one, and then like in the middle you would see one that's kind of bouncing a little bit, like every time. It was almost like you were pulling like a, it had too much slack in your tow rope or whatever, you know?
Right. Like in the end scene of Railroad. I just picture that little girl getting yanked.
I only remember 2 moments from that movie.
Aww.
Yeah, I've only seen it once, I think. Maybe twice.
Well, all the children, George Clooney's children, are attached by string so they don't wander off. And then they cross this railroad track in the end scene. It's a little dramatic. And then the smallest child is standing there looking at this little single car, I guess, manual operated car go by, and then she gets yanked by the string. Oh no.
The only parts of that movie I remember are the part where they sing the one song that everyone knows,
Right.
and then the part where they're discussing which type of hair cream to use. That's the only two
Dapper
parts.
Dan, man.
I've always been a Dapper Dan, man. Need to
I
get
don't
you
want
some
your pomade. I want Dapper Dan. Oh, we have it here in about 3 weeks. Hell, you mean 3 weeks? How am I supposed to do it then? We got a wide variety of hair nets.
What was the deal with that period of time and people making movies based on that specific setting? You know what I mean? Like, it's weird how, like...
New York, when it was...
Well, like, I mean, like, that, like, that would have been, what, like, the 40s-ish? Or, like...
Yeah, 20s.
Kind of time? Yeah, something like that. And, like, during that time, there was a bunch of movies that came out, you know, with that same sort of setting. There was, you know, you had, like, your Shawshank and your... All that stuff came out. It's weird how movies all kind of have... I mean, I know that everyone's friends or whatever in Hollywood, whatever you want to call it, but... It's just strange to me when there's, like, 6 movies come out and they're all about, like...
The same
One's about
thing.
robots in space and they gotta fight aliens, and the next... like 6 movies are about fucking cowboys, and the next 6 movies are about fucking a cartel guy who wants to be good again. Like, not only do we not have original stories, but we come out with 6 of the same story. Like,
right. I just realized that there's another Truman Show. Ed
what?
TV. Matthew McConaughey.
Huh.
It's actually pretty
Give
good.
that a watch.
Peacock. Peacock has some really good stuff, man. Stuff that you're like, why wasn't I aware of this show existing?
Honestly, just having Prime and HBO, I think, are good enough for me. I like having access to Netflix and Hulu. I like having those options. But pretty much all we watch is Prime and, well, right now Prime and HBO.
I kind of got burnt out on everything on Prime, and I don't have HBO.
I keep buying shit on Prime. That's kind of my vice at the moment. Paying
Like
for channels.
physically buying it, or
like paying
renting.
for like AMC, and like I was trying to get a hold of MTV so I wouldn't have to pay for each individual season of Jersey Shore, but that didn't work out. But like that's kind of what I've been doing. Been paying for a lot of media lately. Not super proud of it.
To each their own.
I just miss the days where you could go on the Pirate Bay and get anything you wanted.
Right.
I mean, I know those type of sites still exist, but I'm not I'm not trying to put my computer through all that, like again.
Right.
My computer's like, bro, how many things do you need? Like,
Right.
how much do you need?
Learn your lesson.
When can I stop? You can stop when they stop releasing new shit. That's when you can stop.
Damn, we are just all about this defense right now.
They're not scoring that fourth goal.
Fuck them.
That's not going anywhere.
Mine.
That's in. That right there is in. What the fuck?
I worked the glitch and everything. I'd love to see how that actually looked, so the replay is going to tell me it all.
Take it.
That was insane. All you. I'm way back.
No, not the fourth goal. I already said it. They're not getting it.
Six seconds. Don't score it.
Nope.
They pull out some impossible shit.
And nope. GG's. We won, so GG's. Guys played a good game of losing.
Y'all lost. I'm level 801.
I'm bronze again. I'm like bronze 1. I don't even know.
I don't.
Oh, it's okay. I just made it to silver. Okay.
Gold 2, 3. I finally hit platinum. I had to call in a big gun.
Big
Someone
guns.
helped me. Yeah, I had someone help carry me to platinum. But yeah, it just popped up. I'm a full-blown level 801.
I don't even know what mine is.
And Tibolin.
Yikes. There's a serve.
Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back.
Best first play.
Ooh, get in there.
I don't know how I made that noise just then, by the way. I'm trying to think of what I did. It's one of them ones. It's a reflex, I guess.
Right. Reflux.
Why do I feel like we have our best luck against clans whose team color is white?
Something to go back and run the stats. If you're watching, go back through all of our videos, run some stats.
Yeah, go make sure you like and share every single one of them.
Oh my guy, that's in. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh,
Oh,
he
you got
me.
blowed the fuck up.
It was all bad. I thought me hitting you was gonna make that shit go in.
I thought I jumped at the same time.
So, next year's Congress, right? Elections. Got another election coming up next year.
2022, yeah.
Interesting. I'm like, I don't know anything necessarily about politics other than what I see, but
That's every politician.
next year's gonna be wild. I feel like. And then 2 years after that is going to be just like we thought this election, like
There's
this
gonna be one of the biggest
presidential election was
laws
gnarly.
or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, like next
Biggest
year, or
stifles.
not next year, the next election is going to be the dumbest shit we've ever seen, I promise. Mark my
Agreed.
words. I'm saying it now, June 11th, 2021. The next presidential election is going to be a shit show. and so is the one after that, and the one after that, and the one after that. Until we don't have presidents anymore. I'm still on that that kick of like, what's wrong with having like not having like a constitutional monarchy or whatever like they have in Britain, but like having the same parliamentary procedure, like having a parliament and having speakers like we have, but without that third little bitch, you know, that third little prick in the end. I feel like things would be better. Like, do we need a president?
No.
Nobody's really asking that question. Like, do we need to still do this? Because obviously, literally every time it happens, the same thing happens every time. Half the people are racist, and the other half of people are fucking psychotic. Like,
every time.
That's the two parties.
What a pinch. That was cool. All you.
So this
I just knocked him out.
This guy I rescheduled with today was saying, like I told you a little bit about kind of what he was into, like his kind of ideas. Like he's got this commercial space and wants to have like the fitness area and the studio and stuff. But he also wants to do, and I think it's a dope idea, he wants to do a can't remember if he said like weekly or bi-weekly, but he wants to do a podcast every whenever where we just talk about local area music and youth issues. I don't really know how to put it. He didn't put it that way, but that's what he meant. Like high school sports and like deal with, because nobody ever wants to talk about that shit. Like I know when I was a kid, if I ever brought up an issue, I got laughed at, like by my parents and shit. Like what you're having a bad day? Oh, poor guy, like that.
I think that's an issue. This is what I deal with on a daily basis, and
yeah, that's pretty much, I think, probably what our generation has dealt with. Probably every generation has dealt with that, to be honest. But I think it was a really cool idea to just have like a mental health corner, like we talk about what needs to be talked about that people don't talk about, type of thing. It sounded really cool.
I like
I'm
that
just
idea.
hoping he doesn't listen to my music. I sent him my links last night for the first time, and I haven't heard back yet. So. I'm just hoping I don't scare him away. He sounds really fucking cool, though. He's a really cool dude. He said he tried to reach out to me like 4 times. Like I was just doing my job at Walmart, right? Or I mean, at a random place, and he just like walks up. He's like, "Hey, do you play guitar or something?" I was like, "Well, I play like everything. I'm a producer. I do it all." He's like, "Oh, I can tell. I have a studio. Do you want to be on my team?" I'm like, that's why I'm here."
Nice.
It's just like, you know, when you ask for something, like from someone, and you get exactly that, and you don't know how to act. That's how it is.
That's a rare one.
Or like when you don't get what you want, and then you cause it. This isn't what I thought it was going to be. Like now I'm. We got this. 4 seconds.
I'm not even there.
We've done more with less.
Oh, that is me. Okay.
What do you mean?
I didn't know where I was. Shit, it's bad. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is awful. I guarantee I'm nowhere near the ball.
No, you're on it.
As I saved the day right there, but geez. That was gonna be the most epic fake.
No! No! Block it!
Oh! Oh!
Yeah!
Whoa! Why are they getting through you so easy?
We're doing all the valves in this game. Even sometimes why.
Why?
Hey!
Oh!
Get it,
Oh,
get it, yeah! Motherfucker! Woo!
I
Watch
glitched
that
out
replay.
hard.
That's a
I'm gonna
one.
have to.
I wish there was hot mics on Rocket League. Rocket League, if you're listening, add hot mics to the game.
I mean, there's like
Every goal would be the
regular
best
mics,
shit.
but not hot mics, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're struggling just with regular team communication. Like,
Right?
I guess we don't want to skip any steps. Oh, you heard that?
Yeah, I was wondering what it was.
It was space. I wasn't doing anything that weird.
Actually, I didn't even wonder what it was. I just jumped right into mimicking it like a good boy. I don't even know. Program different. I'm built different.
I got this video. I took a video a little bit ago. Well, before I took her to work, and he was hyper focused on the windows. There's these birds that sit out on the. There's like a vine. I don't know if you ever noticed it, but it goes right in front of our window, and they'll sit out there, and they literally are taunting him. Like, it's not. I'm not exaggerating. They're sitting there, trying to get his attention, and then he gets up in the window and they run away. Like, literally, they're taunting him. But he was sitting here on the floor, staring up at the window, and he was hyper focused. Like, his eyes were doing that weird thing, like. They were like going back, like he had a, what's it called, a stagmus? Like he was, like his eyes were glitching back and forth and they were like glossed over. I was like, dude, are you okay? And he's just sitting there meowing at the birds. Like, fuck, I want whatever you're on.
Right? Good little pinch to save. Almost double tapped it.
Going back to boost.
There's a Mazio's pizza place here.
Mazio's?
Yeah, you ever heard of that? Been to that?
I think I've heard of it.
It's good. It's good.
It's a franchise?
Yeah.
Mazio's. It's like a CC's?
I don't know, CC's.
Or like a Pizza Hut?
It's like a Pizza Hut.
CC's is like they're like...
Oh, buffet.
Yeah,
Pizza
CC's
buffet.
is like a buffet style.
I've been there. Yeah, no, I remember. It got shut down when I was younger, so I didn't remember too much.
Did it really? Is CC's not a thing anymore?
As far as I know, maybe just in the mine. I don't really know. Could be just in my area. I don't know. I've never really looked into it anywhere else other than.
Well, I never went out of my way to go to one either. Like, that's the other funny thing. Like, it's good, and I've been there, but I've never been like, yeah, let's go to CC's. Like,
that's how we were when we were kids, though, because they had like macaroni and cheese pizza and cinnamon like roll pizza almost. So we were just like all about it, and it wasn't in town, so it was like a luxury. You could only go when we went to this certain part of family's house. So like once a month, and then you'd be like, yeah, we have to go there if we're in town.
That's what, like, honestly, I'm glad we got a pizza ranch. It would be nice to have a Pizza Hut here, because like, for real,
I don't like
for
the
real,
Hut.
for real, no one out pizzas the Hut, in my opinion, besides myself.
Everyone
But
out
Pizza
pizzas
Ranch is
the Hut.
really good. Especially like Domino's, or like one of those shitty chains, like where it's like, I mean, I know Pizza Hut's a shitty chain, but like,
yeah. I don't
I
like
feel
their
like
sauce.
you don't like their what? Their sauce?
Their sauce. Oh, yesterday I'm pretty sure I missed out on Indian tacos, or maybe that's tonight.
Indian tacos, like curry tacos?
No, it's like some type of deep fried. It's hard to explain because it's been told it's hard to explain to me. But I just have to have them.
Well, it'd be just like a fried taco like they have down at the food club.
It's very similar to that, yes.
It's like, y'all didn't invent this. Shut
Right?
up. Like, this is just a regular ass taco. It's just you're making it. Like, that's all it is. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Good one. Oh, wrong side. I cut it way too hard.
Is the sky always pretty in Oklahoma?
Yes. Like, honestly.
Does it look like the Toy Story wallpaper?
One day
Because
it
that's what
did.
it looked like when I was there.
I
Yeah,
swear
like
to
it
God,
straight up
one day
looks
it
like Toy
did.
Story wallpaper.
We were coming back from Oklahoma City, and I even pointed it out to Misty. I was like, hey, these clouds are really cartoonish right now, and like perfectly aligned, and it was just amazing.
It doesn't seem real. Like, when you've been in a certain area, your entire life, and then you experience another geographical location outside of your normal realm, it's wild. Like, the sun hits different, the smells hit different, everything's different.
No,
but
I'm
the
with
same.
it.
It's wild. I love America, man. It's pretty.
I need to get out more. See, I haven't even gone to Tulsa yet. Like, I don't know why I haven't been to Tulsa yet, but I want to go when there's a need to go to Tulsa, I guess.
Well, don't feel too bad. Like, I haven't gone to the city I've gone to the city 3 times, I think, since I've lived here, and it's like a 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
I just don't have that desire. Like, I don't have any reason to go there. Like, I just came up here for the simple fact of it's a bigger area with people I don't know. That's the main, like, thing. And at the same time, I was like, but also, you live, like, right next to the capital of the state. So it's like...
Oh, yeah. Good one. Cat, you just gonna sit there and play in my drapes all day?
Is that your kitty?
No. It's they just got him like a month and a half ago, I'd say, so it's like kitty.
Is it an hour kitty?
It's now an hour kitty.
Soon to be a your kitty. Very soon.
No, I've been
to be
working on this
kitty.
outside cat. There was this couch underneath the neighbor's porch, and it's meowing and stuff. There's no like family with it, so I've been trying to like domesticate it. And I got it to come up and like play with my fingers in a playful manner yesterday, and that was the first contact we actually had in 3 days.
Huh.
And this is like hours of just sitting on the stoop trying to like approach her but not approach her so she doesn't get scared, and then like we'll hang out and sit next to each other, but if I go more than 4 feet next to each other, she'll dart. But once I leave to go away, she's like, hey, come back, we're not done hanging out.
Right.
Weird.
Well, I may have been convinced. Well, I've been convinced to get another cat, but I might have been convinced to get a bulldog.
All 3, huh?
Well, she brought it up, and I was like, I just want a dog that's super chill. And she's like, why don't we just get a bulldog then? And I'm like, wait a minute.
You want everything to be covered in saliva.
So, like, well, like, they're not, all bulldogs aren't like that. Like an English bulldog, like, they're chill. Like, they just pretty much lay on the ground and fucking, they don't really slobber that much, at least from the ones I've experienced. An American bulldog or whatever, that's like what they're made for, I feel like. slobbering. But I wouldn't really mind. For me, the reason why I don't want a dog, like why I've always said no to a dog, is because I have anxiety issues, and dogs aren't necessarily good for those all the time, unless you have a very specific dog.
Right.
Cats are usually pretty good for them, for those issues. But I feel like if I had a nice fat, like, little bulldog going around, that'd be alright. I'd be okay with that. It's the Shih Tzu, or not the Shih Tzu, the fucking Chihuahua that I'm gonna have to fight against. That's the one she really wants.
I was on the wrong side of that. There was no way I couldn't do anything.
I was curious. I wasn't gonna say anything, but
I was like, "Oh shit!"
That's a new kind of save they haven't done yet. Working on a new move.
Try to pull it with the air draft if I just keep turning hard enough to the right.
Yeah. What if they added that shit? That'd be so nuts, like they did in the NASCAR games. Having like airflow be an issue, it'd be nuts. Or if there was an outdoor, like all the Rocket League.
They do ray tracing with breezes.
They're all it's a dome, you know, there's a top. What if there was one that didn't have a top? Or walls, like you have to stay on the ground. Or just be that good at aerials to where you don't hit it out. Like you're a 6-year-old in a pool with a beach ball.
I'm awful this game. Fucking lag, my guy.
What kind of internet they got you on over there? Fucking Verizon?
It's Wi-Fi through the town.
Ah.
So
is it free?
No.
Oh.
And it ain't cheap neither. I get like 7 megs.
For probably $50 a month?
A little bit more.
Yeah. Sounds about right for a monopoly internet. But if you give us $300 a month, you can get 60 megs.
Right, it's more like from 7 to 15.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
like...
I didn't do all my research before I came down, alright?
Next time I move, I'm gonna keep the internet service providers in mind. I don't have any real aspirations of moving out of this state yet. I don't have any aspirations of moving, period. I just want to do stuff with my life. That's where I'm at. Like, I don't care if I live in a villa in California. You know, I don't care. I don't care if that's where I end up. But I want to do cool shit. I just want, at my funeral, I want people to be like, you remember that time where he did that cool shit? And at the time we didn't even think it was cool, but now we're like, damn, that was cool.
Right.
Like, I have an idea for, I don't know if it's, I mean, I guess it technically would be a non-profit organization, but I've already got a name and a mission statement in mind. I'm gonna call it Let 'Em Sing.
Creativity. Oh.
And it's gonna be like, I want to do a donation service where like people donate money and musical instruments and like stuff, and we take them, like we go to the schools, and like when kids are getting into music class and they can't afford a recorder, like I couldn't when I was in school, right. Then there you go, there's your recorder, dude. Like, have a good time.
And then we teach them how to play Eric Clapton on it rather than B.A. fucking G. B.A. fucking G.
Hot cross buns.
You right?
Hot cross buns.
Nah. Like, Hopper teacher on the recorder.
I loved that shit when I was a kid. Like, if I would have lived in a school district that cared about what its kids cared about, I would be so much farther along, I feel like. Just,
that was a beautiful hit on my end. I'm listening.
As far as, like, career's not the right word, but, like, serious stuff in my life, I guess.
No, I feel like I would have
matured.
matured properly.
Like if when I told the music teacher, I really want to learn to play the record, I want to be good at this. And they're like, well, you don't have the $22 to buy a fucking recorder, so I guess you're shit out of luck.
Damn.
Like, if there was just like a teacher that was like, here, play the piano instead, you know, like, or like, here, try this. Or like, oh, you're really interested in this? You might like this. If they would have done that, I think I'm a fairly well-adjusted person, but I think I'd be a lot more well-adjusted.
I feel like we need to be treated a little bit like we all just came off this, like...
Damn it, wrong flip!
In a sense, like The Matrix, where we just came out of this goo, knowing nothing, and they're like, alright, what is this person good at? And we just get this individual attention until we're an adult.
Well, you know, in some states, in private schools, and in a lot of foreign countries, they don't have like what we had, high school. They don't have that. They have like an occupational school. Like you'll go to like a music high school, or you'll go to like a technology high school, and you'll learn what you need to learn to get a job in that field. You won't get like me, for example, I grew up in a rural, tiny-ass town. They taught me how to fucking grow crops and how to fucking, like, shit that I'm not gonna use. I don't care. I'm here out of geographic necessity. Like, you will not let me go to another school, so I have to learn what you're teaching me. And all they want to teach you is how to be an FFA. I literally, like, tell me this isn't fucked up. I literally got made fun of in high school for not being an FFA. Like, tell me that's not fucking ass backwards. Like, not that there's anything wrong with FFA, but like, how are teachers and students gonna literally ridicule a kid who told you off the bat they're not gonna be a future farmer? Like, well, we still want you to pay your $60 dues and get your fluffy blue jacket and get the ice cream party for the whole class, so you gotta pay. You gotta do it. Otherwise you gotta I can't remember if it was like a 5-page essay is what he said I would have to do if I didn't join FFA.
I'd have wrote it.
I wanted to write it. I was gonna write it. I was preparing to write it. I had the paper out and the pen in my hand, and I was about to go off about FFA and how it was bullshit and how you shouldn't treat people like that. But some bitch literally paid my fucking dues in the class. She paid them. I told her not to. I told the teacher, I do not accept this. I said, I do not accept this on my behalf. He still put it in the book, put me in the FFA roster, and put me in the thing for the jacket and everything, and gave the whole class the ice cream party and shit. Like,
wow.
If there's a such thing as reverse robbery, that's what that was. Like, that's assault. That's some version of assault. You know what I mean? Like,
put your hands up. Put all my money in your wallet. Do it now.
I'm gonna show you the bag.
No, thank you, no.
That's what it was, though. Like, how are you gonna do that?
Fucking reverse robbery.
There's too much competition, I feel like, maybe is part of the thing. But there's not. It's We've created this culture of, like, you like, on Facebook you'll pat yourself on the back, but in the real world, when you do something good, you just go to Facebook. You don't actually pat yourself on the back. Like, you know,
We've
when you do
lost our
something
values.
cool. Yeah, like, what is it all really worth? Like my little non-profit thing or whatever, like, what is that worth? I want more people to be able to, you know, make music or be more well-adjusted instead of like, well, I wanted to do a nice thing. It's like, well, that's nice, but there should be a goal. If everyone else has an agenda and it's shitty, then you should also have an agenda that's not shitty. I think it's kind of what I'm getting at.
Oh, you're right.
I was kind of talking to my bosses the other day about how, or not my bosses. I guess they're kind of my bosses, my family. But they were asking me kind of how I felt about the area after moving up here and being here for a while. And like, kind of the main thing that I noticed is that coming from where I came from, everyone's got an agenda. And like, not that it's a bad thing, that's just the way life is. But I mean, everybody's got this like skeevy, like me before you, like you're not gonna help me, so I'm gonna fuck you over first. Like, I'm gonna figure out how to fuck you over so that I don't get fucked over. Like, it's a Minority Report situation,
right.
You know? Like, they're solving a crime that hasn't happened yet. And then they're creating a crime that was never gonna happen. And up here, you don't really have that. Just everyone's just obviously out for their own. And that's what's nice about it. You just walk down the street and be like, oh, that guy is doing his own thing for himself. He's not getting in my business.
Yeah, I definitely wish I could go back and choose, like, out of, like, 10 choices, like, what option of raised I wanted to be. Like, did I want the Continental package? The Western Villa package? I don't know.
The Traveler package.
The Traveler package. To go to school and, like, California, and then that's your life. You live in San Francisco package, because that's what I would have chose.
Yeah. Literally, like, the biggest aspiration of anyone in my high school was to go to Mizzou. Like, that was the height of, like, what do you see yourself doing in 10 years? Graduating from Mizzou? like, that's awesome. But why? You know? Like, what did you... I don't know. It blows my mind that there's people out there that don't have, I don't want to say ambitions and dreams, but like that's kind of what I mean. It's like I don't get how there's people out there whose dream it is just to be whose dream is just to be like a regular person. Like,
right.
My dream is to work 40 years in a factory until I don't feel like being alive anymore and having 6 kids. Like, if that's your dream, good on you if you achieve it or whatever, but it just blows my mind that that's somebody's dream out there.
Right. See, when I was younger, I had dreams and ambitions.
I want to be I want to play at Woodstock. They don't even do it anymore, but I still want to play there. Like,
and you can make it happen by making your own new Woodstock.
Yeah, like I want to do some shit in my life.
I feel like I wasn't raised in a way where I was taught exactly how to achieve my dreams. I was always told, you can do anything you put your mind to. Yeah, but what kind of message is that? I mean, what kind of message is that? All you're saying is just go out there and continue to try. Like, okay, if I don't know what I'm trying to do, like, how am I supposed to try at that?
Yeah.
Like, everything is just catch-22, like, and I realized that that's what most parenting was. Just like, nah, you got this. I mean...
Well, it's that transitional period between the harsh reality parents and the nowadays parents where it's like, oh, you live in a fluffy unicorn land, there's no bad people. Like, it was a transitional period for like our kind of generation where the parents probably didn't necessarily know what to like say, because their parents would have been like, I don't give a shit, go get a job and buy your own fucking house. And parents now are like, oh, we'll just stay here till you're 30 and we'll pay your bills and we'll worry about that. It was that transition.
Not even like, that. It's just like, I feel like we were in the, to use an analogy to like a backhanded compliment. Like, we were told we could do anything, knowing that we can't do anything, but nobody actually showing us how to do any of it to get any of anything.
Anythings that we got talking about. Like,
like our achievements weren't necessarily praised upon. Yeah, they were, but it was falsely. Like, oh, you want a beauty pageant? Awesome. Now, let's go home. Oh, you want a talent show? Awesome. Now let's go home and eat dinner, and then you continue to do your talent thing. No, let's progress on that. We'll add into different things. You know, we'll make your dreams come true because you're not mature or an adult enough to see how the world works. So you need a little bit more guidance than just 18, go to college and get out of my house.
Yeah, that's kind of like the struggle that I'm at right now. Like, I always keep coming back to this, like, if I had a direction, like, if somebody who knew what the fuck they were talking about...
Not saying that my parents didn't raise me bad by any means,
like,
but yeah.
They did fine. I had a way better childhood than a lot of people did, so I'm definitely not complaining. But if somebody would have came up who was maybe in the music industry and said, hey, You should do this specific action for this specific amount of time, and you will get in the direction you need to be, then I would be doing great. But there's no one to do that. Literally, like, I've had conversations with people who are quite successful in what I'm trying to be successful in, and they literally all say the same thing. It's just like, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, you can do anything you want. And it's like, I'm asking you what step I need to take.
Yeah.
Like, what do I need to do to further this? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing what I want to do.
We're all about society helping society, but when it comes down to it, society doesn't have society's back.
Well, without getting too political, there's like this, and I started feeling, I know it's been a thing for literally decades, but like, I started feeling it when I was in my early 20s, this like notion of society is all that matters. Like, when I was a kid, it was the opposite. When I was a kid, it would be an individual, not in school. I mean, like, this is what I was like, this is what the rebel mentality was you be an individual, you do what you want to do, you go about life your own way. And we're getting to this point now in society where it's not, where society is more important than the individual, where I don't care how creative or individual you are, you need to be just like everyone else, because everyone's the same. And it's like, I appreciate the fact that we want to get to a stage in society where everyone is respected equally, but we're going about it in such a way that there's not going to be a such thing as individuals or dreams or like aspiration. Like, we're going to get to that point if we keep on the path we're on. Like, if everyone's the exact same, if there's no conflict, if there's never a problem, this is where we're at forever. Then there will be no more anything new. It'll just be, the new things will be fucking Die Hard 7, you know? It'll be the same shit over and over and over until society collapses.
Pretty much.
Long-winded. I got into that.
But I feel like I want to go back into, like, my teachings of psychology and mental growth. That way I can learn more about how the brain really works to find out better ways to help these kids find themselves properly, I guess. Get the fuck down.
I would like to get back into knowing some more, or like researching some more of that stuff. I used to be really into it. I had a couple of psychology books. Still do, actually. I have a 60s behavioral child psychology book that's totally outdated at this point, but still interesting. But like, along with kind of what I was just saying, we're getting to a point where like that stuff is like offensive. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you can't say that a boy has these certain feelings at this certain age because of this certain thing. Like, you'll just get called a whatever, when, you know, whatever the bad word is for that now, because everything has a bad name now. You can't just have an opinion that other people don't like without being a bigot or whatever. That's like, no, I'm not against these people. I'm just saying there's mysterious forces at work here that we don't understand.
And I'd rather
research those mysterious forces than just keep making blanket Facebook posts where it's like I've been getting aggravated lately because I have some Facebook friends that every single post they make is like, it doesn't matter what you look like and this and that, and you can do this and that thing, which, I mean, is correct, but it's like, why does that have to be your whole... It goes back to the first thing we were kind of talking about. Like, we got, our generation had that treatment to where that's how our everyday life is treated by us. We treat everyday life, not me necessarily, or you probably, but in general, our generation and those below us treat everyday life like we're deserving of something. Like, like I deserve to get a crazy like $100,000 a year job because I fucking graduated high school or some shit.
Yeah, like, they told us if we do things, good things will happen. Then they didn't necessarily say how many things we had to do or like how hard it was to actually achieve these things. We were just blanket statemented.
Well, even on top of that, even if they did, like, I'm sure it was similar for you, but when I graduated high school, the generic plan, the generic go-to plan is you graduate high school, you go to college, you pick a degree, you graduate college with that degree, and you get a job in that field. Well, like, you don't do that now. It's not possible. Like, by the time, a perfect example of it, and maybe not perfect example, but my grandpa went to college, and literally when he went to college, the job he was trying to get was the best job you can get, like, it was like one of those, like, if you get a job doing this, you're set for life, like, situation. And by the time he graduated, the job didn't exist anymore. Like, literally, within 4 years. Like, so, and it was that rapid back in the 80s or whatever. So imagine now, where we literally have access to 7 different apps on our phone that can give you a 10-second video clip of anything you want to watch in an instant. Everything is instantaneous now. So just imagine how quickly jobs pop up and disappear now. We're literally coming up with shit, like, as we go, type of thing.
Pretty much. Like, sometimes I just know that there's like 60,000 different job titles out there that are never publicized because they're just like, you're never going to see them again.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, those are the jobs that I want.
Same. Well, I don't, that's not same. I don't want a job. I don't care what anyone says. The American dream is to not have a job and still make money. That's the American dream.
Idle income. Now I can get about $40,000 right now, invest in some stock portfolios, and do that 8 times in some little index. And then by the time I'm 50, I'll be idly making money.
I'll be able to maybe pay my rent without working.
Make $3,000 a month without doing a damn thing.
Well, plus on top of that, there's this like there's this additional culture, particularly like, I don't know how much trouble you could get in for saying this, but particularly with women, there's this like culture of, once you hit your mid-20s, you are required to go and do just all kinds of crazy shit. Like, you have to go backpacking, and you have to go, like, you have to sleep with a bunch of guys, and you have to, like, do all this crazy shit. And it's like, that's part of, I think that's a detriment to the culture, is like, you're breeding this idea that you have to be this as eccentric, like, you have to have a lot going on. And it's not just for women, but I mean specifically, like, with the last, like, 10 years, there's been a lot of advancement in, like, women culture or whatever. But I mean, for everyone, there's this instantaneous, like, instant gratification, gotta find more shit to do. Like, by the time I figure something out, I gotta learn something new. It's like, and it's not even intentional, it's literally everything I do. Like, every single thing you do, you have to, like, when I started the website, I was like, okay, I know how to make a website, because I knew how to make a website in 2011. Right. And then I get on there, and it's like, no, you don't know shit. And then I start doing it, and then I get that done. It's like, okay, I figured it out. 2 days later, I get another email saying, hey, did you know you're supposed to do this too? And it's like, that's just kind of a transition to a metaphor, but that's kind of what it is. It's like,
right,
everything in life, they want you to be going 1,000,000 miles an hour. Like, the best, somebody said it, I was watching some podcast a while ago, and they were saying, like, there's not much difference in, like, the work ethic of people now, but, like, imagine in even the early 90s, like, not really a whole lot of internet, not a lot going on. If you wanted to, not a whole lot of cell phones, if you wanted to, like, hang out with your friends, what did you have to do? You had to go over to their house, so you had to hope they lived in the same neighborhood as you, or call them, so you had to hope they, were around the phone, and then you had to wait to get there, and all that shit. Yeah. Nowadays, you got an Uber and an iPhone, you could literally access any piece of information and set any appointment you want within minutes. So, like, being a mom or being a dad now is not the same, or just being a regular person. I don't know why I said mom or dad, but just being a person in general is not the same as it was 20 years ago. because we have that instantaneous, like, homeless
Connection.
people have cell phones type of thing. Like, that's where we're at as society. Like, we're in a point where you can't buy a home, but you have to have a phone to do anything.
Right.
And it's like this fast-paced culture we've gotten into, and that's also why I think people have like more anxiety disorders and like emotional distress, and people aren't super well adjusted because you get going so fast now. Like in the 50s or whatever, the man would go to work or whatever, and you'd have a housewife, and then you'd have 2 kids, and they would do what kids do, which is play sports at school, come home, and then go to bed. Like that was life.
Also,
now
I
it's
do want to like add on what you just said. Like the way that this now, I feel also contributes a lot to like our mental health issues that have
like
been developing.
Skills.
No, just in the sense that like the human connection is fabricated and false because of all this social connection and everything. Like people having 15,000 followers. Like, bitch, you don't have 15,000 friends. You're not popular. So
right.
We get fixated on some of these things, and then when it doesn't happen to one person, they go for, like me personally, I enjoy the real connection, like going to someone's house, knocking on the door. Like, you can't do any of that now, and it fucks with my mental because I want a type of real human connection with people, rather than some hit you up on Messenger, what you doing, not much, you, not much, want to chill, nah, alright, later, and then that was 5 minutes of whatever I needed to do.
Yeah. It's that, like instant gratification, like, kind of thing. Like, nothing's satisfying anymore. Nothing's satisfying enough anymore. Like,
yeah.
Even, like, the mentality of, like, a crackhead is the regular, everyday person now. Every single person and their dog drinks a Starbucks coffee and fucking has anxiety now. Like, everybody's got, like, all this shit. When in reality, all we probably need is like 10 years of not having internet-based reality. Like, if every single thing we did, I'm not saying the internet's bad by any means. I think the internet is probably the greatest invention of all time. But
this is precisely how we're going to let the machines win.
Exactly,
by letting them take our
rely on them. Like, you get to a point, like, some people can't exist in life without having alarms set on their phone and having, like, you know, all that shit. I'm even getting to the point where I can't even remember what I'm supposed to do tomorrow without putting it in my phone.
Same.
And I mean, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is like, it's a transition to, if all this stuff were to be gone tomorrow, how fucked would you be, is kind of like my thought process. Like, would I be able to survive if I didn't have the internet?
Like,
I mean, I think I could. Right now, I think I could.
How trustworthy do you think I could? I feel navigating on an atlas through Tulsa. Like, I'd be lost every damn day. I wouldn't be able to find.
I couldn't do a map. I mean, I could do a map to get generally where I was going, but I couldn't follow a road map.
Yeah.
Like, I could know, if I knew where I was, I could get to where I need to be, but I wouldn't be following no route. Like, if I like drew a route on a road atlas, I'm not gonna be able to follow that route. It's just not possible for me. I'm too, like, I don't know.
Right. None of us pay that much attention when we're driving.
Exactly.
So for us to remember, like, in 80 minutes, 80 miles, you got to turn.
And in the meantime, I'm trying to hit my vape pen, like.
Yep.
And hit my cart and all that shit.
Drink your Starbucks. Damn, son. Damn, son.
Like, it's funny, but it's real. Like, that's the fucked up thing in my head. Like, well, not funny, but it's you know what I mean? It's like
yeah, no, I had the word too.
It's crazy. It's dystopian. That's what it is. That's the word I was looking for. It's dystopian, but it's real. Like, if it was 1998 and you were watching a movie about some future where everyone's connected by a cell phone,
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. Like, We have self-driving cars that run off of only batteries, and the richest man in the world invented bricks made out of mud. Like, you'd be like, you're dumb. That's the dumbest shit. Oh yeah,
Right.
and also, by the way, there's satellites linked all the way around Earth, and everyone has the internet. Like, you would think it was a fucking L. Ron Hubbard book or some shit.
No shit.
Like, we literally live in a dystopian future, and we don't realize it because we get so caught up in this, like, I don't want to say fake, but manufactured hate of each other. I don't hate anyone, like, really. There's people that I dislike, like individual people that I dislike, but I don't hate anyone to a point where I'll ever, like, talk about it other than like I am right now. But there's this, I don't know. Everyone hates each other.
Definitely not right.
Everyone's being taught to hate each other in the ruse / guise of not hating each other. It's like, by hating a person, you can hate these people less. It's kind of what I'm feeling. When in reality, we all just need to love ourselves and each other. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It's not even hippie talk. Like,
Hate is kind of like the stock market nowadays.
Yeah.
Everyone's trading, but it never goes away.
For real, though. And I get caught up in that shit too. I try as hard as I can every morning, like not even embellishing it. Every morning I wake up and I'm like, okay, like verbally out loud, I say, okay, today's gonna be a good day. Like, we're gonna have a fine day. It's not gonna be any issues that we can't control. Like, you know, it's not gonna be any problems that is worth stressing over. So I try to do that every day, and it kind of helps to an extent. But then once you get into work and it's like, everyone and their dog's life is a piece of shit. Like, you have to hear about it. It's just like such a drag.
Right.
And that sounds
Everyone's
like
so
hippie
used to
shit. It's like, don't
Facebook.
tell me your negativity. It's such a drag. But like, at the same time, it's like, you don't need that negativity. Any of the negativity I've ever actually experienced in my life, I brought on myself, and I understand that now.
You can tell me about your shitty ass day, but you can turn it in a way that it's not bringing my day down. But people like seem like they want to get you to feel the same.
Yeah, they dwell
ickiness.
on it. That's the thing. They'll sit there and they'll just keep telling themselves how shitty today was until they're just worked up and in a fucking fit.
Yeah.
And then you can't do anything after work or whatever, you know? Like, when you get off work, that first hour is you unwinding from all the fucking negativity that you've experienced all day, instead of just going to work. And I have a beautiful situation where I've already I do this at every job, and I recommend everybody does this. But after you get hired, not before you get hired, you go up to your boss and you say, hey, by the way, this is how I function. And you tell them exactly what you expect as an employee. Like, I always go up and I say, don't talk to me this way. If you need something, ask me this way. And if there's anything else you need, just let me know. And then I never have a problem with anybody. And you never have I haven't had a negative moment other than there's one negative person that works on my team that I only have to work with like twice a week, so it's cool. And it's like the end of the day. But everyone else is chill. They get it. It's all just like, oh, he just wants to come into work, look at the ground, and fucking go home. So they let me do that. And I feel like that's how more people need to be. Not go to work, look at the ground, and go home, but like, know your boundaries, set your boundaries.
Be open with them.
Yeah, like, you don't have to be afraid. You do not have to be afraid of your employer. In 2021, you do not have to be afraid of your boss for any reason. If for any reason they give you, like, you can get away with a lot of shit now, is all I'm saying. Like, there's no reason to have a shitty job. Do what you gotta do, make your money, have a good life, be positive. Go create something. My old motto used to be just wake up and be nice. Like, if you wake up and be nice, you pretty much can't go wrong.
Yeah, you're starting
Even
the day off winning.
Yeah, like, if someone's being a dick to you, just say, okay, that's awesome. You have a good day now. And guess what? That moment's over. You know what you get to do now? Move on to the next moment. That's not negative. And if it is negative, guess what? Move on to the next moment. It's just a cycle. If you let yourself dwell on that negativity, like I did for several years, you'll end up a withered sack of shit. And you'll not want to be alive very long. But then you'll kind of, you know, you get that positivity in you. It's some hippie sounding shit, but it's real.
Yep.
You can't live in negativity.
That's why they were so scared of the hippies, because they didn't understand them. They didn't want to understand. They wanted to conform to this machinery type human.
Yeah. What? Creativity and love? You don't make money off creativity and love. You make money off of fear and oil.
And hatred.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to be fair, to be 100% fair, they're not wrong. Like, if someone's afraid of you and you got what they need, they're gonna pay for it. But they'll probably pay more if they like you.
Yeah.
So even that argument doesn't hold up with my logic. I don't know. It's when I see like these people who talk about how much of a struggle everyone's got or whatever, and they're like causing scenes and like starting trouble. It's like you're not really helping, not let alone society. You're just not helping yourself. You're letting yourself get worked up. You're letting things bother you that, I mean, sure, maybe they should bother you or whatever, depending on what the situation is, but like you don't have to live that way.
Exactly.
Nobody has to live that way. You live however you want to live, and there's obstacles. Just like everybody's got obstacles. They're all different. Not saying anyone's obstacles are better or worse than anyone's else, but that's just the way it is. It's the way it's always been. It's the way it's always gonna be. Like before, when there was cavemen, you know, like they say that human beings as we know them, like people, like me and you, have existed this way for 300,000 years. Like this type of people, or whatever, this creature has existed this way for about 300,000 years. Well, like before recorded history, do you think they were just like sunshine and lollipops? Like, do you think they were just like, oh yeah, like I could be a aerospace engineer, like a caveman is just saying that shit? Like, no, dude, you live in a beautiful time, in a beautiful country, full of some shitty people that really don't have that much power left. You're letting the power. Like when I get worked up and I get mad or something, I understand now that it's because I let that happen. You don't have to care about people's opinions or anything. You don't have to care about nothing.
You shouldn't care about people's opinions, just stating that, throwing that out there.
Not so much. I mean, like, there's some people whose opinions I care about, but that's about it. Like, I don't care about the average guy's opinion. Because I know the average guy's opinion is not the same as mine. I was gonna say the average guy's opinion is a shitty one, but then I realized that's not the wording I want to use. But it's just like everyone's different, but the same. So like, act like it. And so quit telling one kind of people that they gotta feel this way about another kind of people because of what some other group of people did at some other point in some other place.
Correct.
Like, how about this? I'm a nice guy, you're a nice guy, we're here and now. Why don't we just be nice to each other, and then fucking, we don't even have to talk about it. We don't even have to talk about how nice we are to each other because we're already talking about better shit because we're nice. Like when I see people who like intentionally, like people who like to get people's goat, you know what I mean? Like oh, I'm just trying to ruffle some feathers. It's like, man, like
why?
I think you probably have the right. You're probably not a mean person, but it's like sociopath behavior. Like, yes, everything is selfish, but you shouldn't be selfish at the expense of others. And that's my closing point right there, is that everyone is selfish at the expense of everyone else in this day and age. And
good way to close it out. No more selfishness.
Folks. Live your life. Be alive and love thy neighbor. Or don't. I don't even give a shit. Just love yourself and then like be nice. And you're good.
If you can't love thy neighbor, don't have neighbors.
Yeah. That I've never said that out loud, but that is literally my mindset when it comes to a place that I live. Like, just don't bother me and we're good. I don't even care. I don't care what your opinions are about anything. You could be, you know, you could be like some piece of shit who's like some crazy person who does crazy shit, and you're still good in my book because you're being nice. Right. Just be nice. Be nice to everyone. Good. TBD.
I got one more game left in me. Then I gotta figure something out for dinner.
Where I'm at.
Cat, you're not gonna have no teeth left if I knock them out. Just saying. Quit chewing on my shit.
I think I'm gonna, after this game, I'm gonna watch some comic book men and take a nap.
Sounds good.
I was gonna say make a sandwich, but I don't have any bread.
Well, stream, this has been Stalkers Sour Hour.
If you ever need a long-winded opinion, just feed me 5 beers and a few shots.
Right.
And just like bring up something off topic. And we're good.
Not in there.
I don't know. I need to talk about that shit sometimes though, because like...
Same.
You can't. Like, you really can't, like... Without pissing people off. And it's like, that's not the intention. There's things that need to be said out loud that